Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing an anti-haul. I have not done one of these in months. I think I've only done one, and I think it was before Christmas time. I've done like a am I gonna get it or not kind of video, but as I was going through a lot of the upcoming releases or things that have just been released, I was like, this is resoundingly a big no. So I'm just gonna do an anti-haul. Alright, so the first item that I screenshotted was the Sunset Vibes palette from Urban Decay. It is a 5-pan palette, and with the exception of one shade, it just doesn't look inviting, innovative, creative. It doesn't bring anything new to the table. The one shade that does look really pretty is that shade Golden Hour, which looks like it might have like a duochrome kind of finish to it. But other than that, Nudie is just a cream kind of shade. Vibe is a soft brown. Influence looks like it's a deeper, let's say, a deeper brown, but that it has a bunch of shimmer in it. And then Paradox looks to be a shimmery peach from what I can see. Yeah, for me it's just a hard pass. It's nothing exciting to me, it's nothing new, and it does not fill any sort of gap in my collection. So for me this one is just a big old pass. MAC. Their Mirage Noir collection just looks kind of bland to me. And that's going to be a recurring theme throughout this video, is that things just look bland. It's very safe. In the past, they have knocked it out of the park with some of their summer collections. There's really nothing in here that looks enticing to me. This collection, this Mirage Noir, just does not do it for me. Likewise, the Aaliyah collection from MAC, right here, this one also just looks bland. It just does not have shades that are unique to my collection or anything that looks eye-catching and really sucks me in. So both of these are on my nope list. Bare Minerals has come out with 3 new eyeshadow palettes, and I first want to applaud them for coming out with minis. I love mini palettes. I am all about that life. However, these 3, word of the day, are bland. We've got the neutral palette, we've got the rose palette, and there is the latte palette. Of the 3, the latte palette is the one that I would probably gravitate towards if I was going to purchase one of these. But these are shades that I have. Frankly, in all 3 of these palettes, I have these shades. The rose palette, I like where it's going, but it's so safe. Like, if you're gonna go rose, go rose. These are just muted, almost gray purples across the board, really. There's that deep brown, there's a hint of a pink there with boho, but it's just not bold enough for my liking. In my opinion, these are just duds. They may perform beautifully, I don't know, but the shades do not speak to me, and I have very little interest in these palettes for that reason. Now, on the other hand, Benefit has come out with eyebrow tints. To each their own. That's the style you want to rock, you go for it. Personally, not so much. Same with the Kat Von D pomade ones, like there's a bright yellow and a bright blue. I do not have the overall sense of style to pull off tinted eyebrows. Brown, sure. Pink, not so much. I just cannot picture any place where I would wear that aside from maybe a picture in Instagram, but if we're calling a spade, I am just not cool enough to come up with an eye look where pink eyebrows is going to look spot on with the rest of it. So to each their own. For me, I am not one bit interested in this because I don't know how to make that work. I just do not. This video is very eyeshadow palette heavy. I apologize for that. However, brands are just pumping out these palettes. Kylie Cosmetics has done a collab with Kris Jenner. The palette at first blush looked pretty to me. I like shimmer shades, so I'm basically half rodent. As soon as something is sparkly, I'm like, ooh, must have. But when you take a breath and look at this, it's really not all that versatile unless you're just going to do like a one and done look. There's a lot of overlap in terms of the tones. I don't think that you needed 12 shadows to pull off this palette. Yeah, there's at least three of the shimmer shades could have come out. They were not necessary. Keep the silver, keep Very Nice, which is that top corner shade with like the red tone to it. Keep those two, keep Gorgeous, and maybe Vodka Tonic. Get rid of the rest of the shimmers, especially I'm watching it, it's like a black shimmer. You already have a black matte. You don't need a black shimmer. You could just pile haters on top of the black shadow and you basically have the same kind of effect. So I think there's too many shadows and they don't bring enough to the table. So that's just a big pass for me. Tarte. They're coming out with a warm neutral palette. How innovative. How creative for the brand. How shocking. God damn it, Tarte. Step outside the box. Just give it a try. One palette, one release, give it a try, see what happens. Just see what happens. Now, to be fair, this is a collab. Aspen Ovard, I don't know who that is. I believe she's a content creator on YouTube and potentially Instagram, probably Instagram as well. She's probably far cooler than I am. However, warm neutrals. Pass. BH Cosmetics, Nouveau Neutrals. I don't think they know what the meaning of nouveau is. It means new. These neutrals aren't new. These neutrals are beat to death. They really are. And BH Cosmetics can slam it out of the park. They have got some bright ass, bold ass palettes. This is just boring to me. I have these shades. I don't want this. If you're new to makeup and you don't have a big collection, this would be an awesome place to start. You're going to get a ton of selection. It's going to have a fantastic price point and it is going to blend out beautifully and apply nicely. But for me, with the collection that I have, this just has no place in my heart, unfortunately. Same thing's gonna go for the ColourPop Fame palette right over here. At least we're going cool toned. At least it's not warm neutrals, but it doesn't do much for me. There are too many shadows. Be careful, ColourPop, or you will become Morphe. If I see you release a 35 pan palette of all nothing but browns, I'm going to be very displeased. Very displeased. I've got two left and I am on the fence about both of them. First up, let's talk about Juvia's Place. They've come out with their Warrior palette. It's another warm neutral palette. It is. And when I first saw this image, I instantly wrote it off. I had been very excited for the launch of this because I didn't know what was going to be inside of it because I love Juvia's Place shadows. They are just they're so good. But when I saw this image on Instagram, I felt personally affronted. What is this horseshit? We don't need these colors. But then I saw this picture posted by Swayze Morgan on Instagram. And if you're not following her, you really need to be. Her swatch game, on point. And her eye looks are phenomenal. She is so talented. So if you take nothing away from this video, hop on over to Instagram and follow Swayze Morgan because you need to be. You really do. So I take a look at this picture and instantly regret my initial fury over this palette because it's fucking beautiful. That is how you do it. We don't need 8 freaking matte shades that are like half a tone away from each other. All of these shades have very different colors to them. They all stand alone. The two brassy tones could potentially, but the one has like a green undertone, the other one is more of a strong orangey kind of undertone. This palette's beautiful. Last palette that I want to talk about is the Maybelline Soda Pop palette. I don't know why I do this for everyone. It's not like you can't figure out where the hell the picture is, but we're like 12 in and I've done it for I think every single one of them, so now it's just a thing. This palette, I like where Maybelline is going. I do. I did a review of the Lemonade Craze palette from Maybelline. I will stick it up in the cards. I like where they're going. I think they have a little bit more work to do, and that's what's keeping me on the fence with this palette. Because the shades look beautiful in the image, but having had experience with the Lemonade palette, it just didn't translate as vividly as I wanted it to when I applied it to my eyes. It was workable. It wasn't the most disappointing palette I've used from Maybelline. I want to wait. I rushed my order for the Lemonade Craze, and I'm going to hold back and wait on the Soda Pop one to see how other people's experiences with it are before I hunt it down. If you have this, if you've played around with it, I don't know when it releases. Oh, it launches in the fall. Never mind. Attention to detail. Yeah, launching this fall. Okay, well then I don't have to worry about it right now because it's not fall. So scratch all of that. Now just keep in mind, it's makeup. This is not the be-all, end-all. It's just makeup. So if I have seemingly bashed a palette that you are very excited about, please don't come for me. I am not saying that you are a bad person. I am not saying that you have terrible taste in makeup. I am saying that for me, the palettes and the makeup releases that I have just talked about do not tickle my pickle. That is all I am saying. It's all good. We're gonna be fine. Anyways, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Thank you for letting me air my frustrations, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.